What happened to Mitsubishi? And how in the world did they end up being owned a third by Nissan? What happened to the Mitsubishi Lancer Evo, such as brilliant cars that were produced by Mitsubishi, which gave the Subaru WXR a run for its money? What happened to the brilliant and awesome Mitsubishi Pajero? Do we still have the Mitsubishi Colt, which was one of South Africa's most reliable pickup trucks? How did they fall from such heights? That's next on Loving Cars. Hi, I'm Ed. This is Loving Cars, and thank you for watching this video. Thank you for liking. If you're watching on YouTube, by the way, thank you for hitting the subscribe button. Today we're talking about Mitsubishi, a legendary Japanese car making company, and how did they fall from such height? Oh, how the mighty have fallen. In the 1990s and the 1970s, Mitsubishi was actually more financially stable. And as a matter of fact, Mitsubishi made more money in the 1990s than Honda. Honda was in the problem or the financial crisis of almost losing and selling their stake to Mitsubishi, including Mazda. However, those two companies made strategic decisions of coming up with brand new, innovative and reliable cars that saved them from their financial mayhem. So what happened? How did Mitsubishi, that was so brilliant in the 1990s, end up losing so much money that Nissan had to buy a third of their company in order for them to survive? Well, the first reason is their failure to keep up with competition. First reason why Mitsubishi is actually failing and falling as a company is their failure to keep up with the competition. If you look at other Japanese manufacturers such as Honda, Mazda, Nissan, Toyota, Lexus, Infiniti, and other Japanese, even Daihatsu and Suzuki are beating Mitsubishi when it comes to producing brand new cars and their category of list of cars that you can find in their website. Mitsubishi is struggling to come up with brand new cars that can compete with other cars in the market. And another thing that put a nail on the head is a shifting of the market from diesel and petrol into EVs. EVs demand a lot of investment and a lot of money and a lot of research. Mitsubishi doesn't have that money, and because of that, they are kind of waiting for Nissan to actually help them when it comes to the Nissan Leaf in order for them to develop a brand new electric vehicle from Mitsubishi. If you look at the brand new Colt that Mitsubishi is planning to sell in Europe, it's actually a rebadged Renault Clio. So basically, Mitsubishi haven't come up with a brand new vehicle in years. The only two vehicles that are keeping Mitsubishi afloat is the Mitsubishi Pajero, which is one of the most popular off-road and a cheaper way of trying to get into a Japanese brand which can go off-road if you don't want to buy R1,000,000 for tuner. Number two is the Mitsubishi Outlander, which they're trying to sell back in the United States of America because it's bigger and it's an SUV. And in South Africa, the Mitsubishi Triton. But the Triton, which is bearing the name the Colt, which was known as the Colt before, is actually struggling in the South African market. You can compare it more like the Peugeot track. So things are not looking good for Mitsubishi because of their lack of innovation. No one will be sticking with a company that only has 3 cars in their category selling. That's just disappointing, Mitsubishi. Pull up your socks, or else you'll leave the shores of South Africa. Number 2 is mismanagement of funds. In 1999, Mitsubishi was found guilty of trying to hide a lot of defects in their vehicle. This scandal ended up making them lose $50 billion, which was a lawsuit sued against them because it was found that cars from 1999 up until late 2000 were having defects, and instead of Mitsubishi recalling those vehicles in order to fix them, they decided to keep quiet and bribe their way out of that problem. And when it was found in the United States of America and these cars actually had defects, it was found that also thousands of people were killed due to these defects. Hell, it was even found that these defects were found in buses which were produced by Fuso, and because of that, Mitsubishi was sued to pay $50 billion, which nearly made them bankrupt. That scandal made them sell a third of their company to Nissan, which did not help things, because from that day onwards, Mitsubishi couldn't innovate anything by their own. They have to wait for Nissan to come up with a brand new vehicle and actually give it to them in a policy called sharing platform, which is why if you look at the Mitsubishi Eclipse, it's the same as the Nissan X-Trail. Hell, a lot of Mitsubishi cars are Nissan cars, and if you look at the brand new Mitsubishi Triton, it shares the same Nissan interior with a Nissan infotainment system and everything. As a matter of fact, everything that you can find in a Mitsubishi vehicle comes from Nissan. And talking about Nissan, they have their own issues as well. And as a matter of fact, in 1999, Nissan was forced to sell more than half of his stake to Renault, which actually contributed into its quality. And this will lead us to why the CVT Nissan was so crap and why they were sued for that. That's a lot of drama in the Japanese cars. But anyway, let's stick to Mitsubishi today. We'll discuss about Nissan another day. Mitsubishi cannot innovate new cars because of their scandal of 1999, and they lost a lot of money because of that, and they are actually waiting for Nissan to hand them brand new cars. And Nissan has a problem of their own. Thirdly, and it's actually not the last one actually, by the way, but I will try to summarize so that I don't make the video too long. Mitsubishi are struggling across the world and Japan as well because of the restriction that they are getting from Nissan. You see, Nissan didn't want to buy Mitsubishi out. The only guy who made a decision of buying Mitsubishi was Carl Goon. Now, Carl Goon was a former CEO of Nissan who ran to his country in Lebanon after he was arrested by the Japanese authority for mismanagement of fund. So as a matter of fact, Nissan was tricked into buying Mitsubishi because Mitsubishi wasn't that much of a profit into investing in it. Now Nissan is stuck with them and they cannot get out of the deal because, you know, they lost a lot of money in buying that stake. Therefore, they're trying to make Mitsubishi afloat and, you know, make them profitable. However, Nissan are struggling themselves too, but they've hit up a little bit of a boost of sales in the past 5 years, which made them to renegotiate their deal with Renault. However, Renault and Nissan Mitsubishi are still in the same alliance of sharing platforms and engines. But this is not helping Mitsubishi because Mitsubishi has to wait for handouts coming from Nissan in order for them to get brand new cars. The only thing that they got this year is the new innovation of the Mitsubishi Triton, but it shares the same engine as the Nissan Navara. So basically, it's not anything new. And if you look at the interior of the Mitsubishi Triton, it's the same as the Nissan X-Trail. So that's how it is, ladies and gentlemen. That is why Mitsubishi is languishing to the bottom. Will they go back to the glory days where they even had Jackie Chan as one of the ambassador? I really doubt. Unless they start innovating brand new cars, Suzuki will keep on making them eat dust. Ladies and gentlemen, that's exactly what I had for you on Loving Cars today. Thank you for watching this video. Bye-bye.